Okay, so we're back. I know everybody all over the world has been asking, why don't you guys do between two tires anymore? We've had questions all the way from Argentina to Japan to Paris to Edinburgh, Scotland, and our own Meghan Power was asking, why don't you guys do between two tires anymore? And that leads me to invite Meghan Power as our special guest on Between Two Tires today. Meghan, everybody, Meghan Power, welcome.
Hi.
So Meghan Power has been with us for just a little bit over a year. It's been a crazy year. Some ups, some downs, very few downs, very many ups. Super happy to have you part of the team, all the way from
Barry.
all the way from Barrie, Ontario. Ms. Meghan Power, welcome. Steve, I'll go hand you the mic, and I know you have some questions for Meghan.
Sorry, I also get Aurelia and Barry mixed up all the time in my head.
Because I worked in Aurelia last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, in my head, it's just in Ontario.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got some real fun questions for you here.
Okay.
I'm going to start off with a couple easy ones.
Okay.
All right. So, first of all, Meghan Power, as you probably all know, was a Club Excellence Gold winner last year, which is, how many in Canada get that award?
24 sales consultants.
How many C-Class dealers?
I think 6.
Is there only one?
No.
Oh, okay,
There's
sorry.
all across, in Barrie, or in BC, only one.
Okay, one in BC. Meghan was the award recipient last year, so congratulations, Meghan. How did you do it? Tell us your secret.
My secret is to care, and I genuinely care about my customers. I take interest in their lives. I'm active in their lives. I like to send out little birthday cards and Christmas cards, and I like to have fun with my customers.
That's very admirable.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it works for you.
It does.
Okay, so I gotta know, moving from Ontario to BC, what is BC missing versus Ontario?
Oh, that's a really good question. I have no idea. Oh, well, we were talking the other day about like Great Canadian Bagel, how I love just having fresh bagels.
Love their bagels.
Right? So good, fresh bagels. I don't think that's just an Ontario thing, but I don't see them around here. Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. That's really
I think that's maybe a good thing. Fresh British Columbians.
Yeah. Right?
Okay, cool. Okay, I got a couple other ones here for you. If you weren't in sales, what would you be doing?
Well, as a little kid, I always wanted to be an architect, but I didn't have the grades to do it. I miss turning wrenches. That's probably my biggest passion, is doing that. But unforeseen circumstances brought me here instead, and I enjoy this a lot too.
Good segue.
Yeah.
Why architect's pretty cool. Why architect? Do you just like architecture?
Yeah, I was always fascinated by buildings. Even when I travel now, it's the one thing I go is to go to old towns, original towns, and to see the architecture of everything. I just think it's beautiful.
Can you say architecture 3 times fast?
Architecture.
Oh, pretty good. Scott, can you do that?
Architecture.
Oh.
Architecture. Well spoken here at Penticton Nissan. Okay, I got 2 more, and then I'm going to pass over to Scott. So, how long have you been in car sales?
February 3rd will be 10 years.
Wow, 10 years. That's exciting. In your 10 years in the car biz, what would you say that your biggest oopsie moment was? Your biggest blunder?
Shockingly,
I
don't have any. Like, I'm pretty diligent at everything I kind of do, and I'm very careful at everything I do. Yeah.
You don't have like no problems ever.
No weird.
Wow,
things
that's crazy.
ever have happened.
Okay, well that's good things to look forward to down the road for us, I guess. Or there's a big one coming.
Yeah, right. I'm due.
So just to follow up on that, you haven't fallen on the lot, you haven't tripped on a curb, you haven't done anything at the dealerships at all?
Anything. The only time I can remember is when at my first dealership, Nissan dealership I worked at, we were plowing the lot, and because in Ontario you plow, snow builds up in front of the cars, and then it gets rainy or cold. I just remember moving at Centra once, and the bumper got hooked on the snow and cracked it, but
We've had salespeople do that here too. Yeah, no, that's normal. So, so I've got a few questions as well. Steve and I were chatting, and we all came up with different questions, so which is good. How has your first year been at Penticton Nissan?
truthfully,
Yeah, of course.
I'm joking. It's it's been really good. It's been hard. It was harder than I thought it would be. I'm just a very outgoing, bubbly, easy to connect with people, and I thought whether unicorns, rainbows, head up in the clouds, I thought it was going to be a lot easier than it actually was. So it's taken me back quite a bit trying to adjust to that.
Yeah, I would agree with that. What has been your favorite moment here at Penticton Nissan?
My favorite moment here at Penticton Nissan would probably be like some of the customers I've met, in all honesty. Like the Hansons have been an amazing part of my life and my journey here. And then I've got, I can think of a couple people that just have brought me up and made me feel important and special to be here in Penticton.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're very good people. Mm-hmm. On the fun side, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Vanilla.
That's surprising. Really, vanilla?
Definitely. Like vanilla bean, like Haagen-Dazs vanilla bean is probably my favorite.
Interesting. If you were an animal, what animal would you be?
A unicorn.
And why?
Because they're special.
What sound does a unicorn make? Yeah, I would agree with that. Probably something like...
More horrors.
Unicorns are fictional creatures, so they make whatever sound I want them to make.
All right, that makes sense. It's been my pleasure to chat with Meghan on Between Two Tires. Over the past couple of weeks, we've had our Christmas party. We've had some heart-to-heart meetings, and I always come down to say we're very, very lucky to have Meghan as a part of our sales team. I know that Steve agrees, and we're looking forward to a less difficult 2024 with this young lady here. So everybody, thank you for tuning in to Between Two Tires. Thank you, Meghan, for being a guest, and Steve.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Glad we're back.